Hey YouTube subscribers, my name is Misty. I'm with Mac Jewelry here in St. Joseph, Missouri. I am coming at you with a tutorial. This was something that was requested by Janie29UK. She is one of my YouTube subscribers. It's not often I'm on camera talking. Usually I'm pointing down at my beads and my bead mat and all. But I thought I'd try something different. So anyway, today I'm going to do a tutorial on a foot sandal. Now I've made several different kinds of foot sandals, so this one I'm designing as I go. That's not something usually I do. I usually have things laid out and planned out, but not this time. So you're going to see me do something a little different and a little uncomfortable for me. I like to know what I'm doing before I do it, or at least laid out in how I want it to look. So you get to see me create this, and so anyway, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and point the camera down. Okay, so this is one of the foot sandals I have made. It's made with 4mm pearls, and that is a brighter pink than what shows. Let me turn my light on here. There we go. And it's 4mm pearls anyway. Actually that might be 5. Anyway, and it's got some crystal bicones on the top and seed beads, and I've made it to where you have a clasp on it. Now you can make this with, you know, stretchy string, whatever you want to, but you know, this is how I'm gonna make it today, is with the clasp. As you can tell, I've got a lot of beads laid out here. I've got some rondelles, I've got some bicones, 2 different colors. One is I think it's, I don't know. It's a blue, and I can't think of the color. I've got some Swarovskis over here. That's clear and silver. I've got some more white beads here. Some larger white beads here. And some seed beads, 11-0. Whoops, 11-0 seed beads. And these are blue. I've got some Swarovski elements. These are really pretty. They're like these here, but these are square. I've got some other little Swarovski elements. These are crystals, and they're like cones, kind of like very pretty. I don't know if I'm gonna use them. You can put anything on it. Now I'm gonna use this little butterfly, blue butterfly that I've got. I've only got one, so why not use it for this? You're also gonna need some monofilament or thread. I made this one here with thread because I did a right angle weave, and really I don't think that matters. I don't know. Anyway, I used thread on this. I'm going to use some monofilament, and this is just fishing line. It's 8-pound test. So this is what I'm going to use today. I know I cut me some off, and I found it. Okay. It just depends on what size you need, how big you need it, and all. You're also going to need some crimp beads to crimp the end where your toggle goes. You're going to need crimping pliers or flat nose pliers, some round nose pliers for your jump rings, scissors, what else? Oh, jump rings. I've just got 2 oval jump rings. And where is my lobster claws? Dump one of these out. And a lobster claw. Oh, I pushed it all the way. There we go. So that's what you're gonna need for this. Like I said, you can use whatever you want as far as beads, as big and small. What goes around your toe, I would use seed beads. I wouldn't use anything bigger because I think that'd be very uncomfortable. I would measure this by my foot, but since I don't have pretty feet, we're going to use my middle finger, which is about as big around as you want it for your toe. Okay, so what you do is you take one end of your monofilament and you just add your seed beads, as many as it takes. Really, I don't count my seed beads unless I'm doing a very small, very simple project where I have to use a very little amount of them. Excuse me. And in that case, I may count them. But like I said, you know, everyone's different and everyone needs different amounts. Okay, just picking up my 11 O's. Now, I know you hear my music in the background. I have to bead with music. I have to do everything with music. I'm really a big music person. So, but who I'm listening to in the back, I don't know if any of you would know who it is. And if you don't, you probably should. His name is James Arthur. He is the winner of the X Factor. 2012, I believe it was. He's a UK artist, and he is absolutely amazing. So, you should really check out his music. I know this went from a tutorial to a music thing. Okay. Then what you do is after you get however many seed beads on that you need, you take your ends, put them together, pull all your seed beads down the middle, and slip it onto your middle finger. Now, what you want to do is you want it to come all the way up and around. As you can tell, it's not close to that. And then have it come, let me show you, about right here. That way, it's not really squeezing and all of that craziness. You want it to be comfortable. You want it to, you want to enjoy wearing it. And if you get too many big beads down close to your toe, it could be very uncomfortable. Especially, you know, wearing flip-flops. It's not the most comfortable thing. So you just keep adding these. I know sitting and waiting for me to get the seed beads on is not the most entertaining thing. So that's why I come up with things to talk about while I'm doing it. Alright. So you're going to put that on. And that is just about right. I'm going to add like 3 or 4 more just to make sure. Alright, so once you get all your seed beads on, you take your threads, your ends, put them together, pull your beads down. Now, this is where the designing thing gets down to anyway. I am not talking straight tonight. I'm sorry. Now what you want to do is you want to decide what beads you want to put on first. I think I want to use these and maybe my round ones. So what you want to do is make sure your ends are straight and even. And let's see if I can do this the first time. Okay. And then you want to take the first bead you're going to put on and take both ends of the thread. Can't see that real well. And you want to run both ends of the thread through the bead and pull it down. And it is going to sit just like that. Now you want to continue adding what beads you want on this. And I'm going to use a rondelle. Oops. Sorry. And another crystal. And if your threads come uneven, it's really not a catastrophe, but just makes it easier when you go to beading, putting your beads on. Oops. Another rondelle. Another crystal. And the way I do this part is I'll take it, put it on my finger, and then I'll run it all the way up my hand, up to my wrist here. And then that should be pretty much where it's supposed to be. Now I think I'm going to take a bicone, take my crystal bicone and put on. And so far, as soon as I'm done tearing things up here, move some of my beads over. There we go. So far, this is what it looks like. And then I'm going to take another blue and I'll put it on. Take my clear, run both threads through, take another rondelle. Oh yeah, I like that. That breaks it up just a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to take a bigger clear bead. And I'll measure it just to see where I'm at. Okay. That is about where I'm at. And I think I will take, I want to try something here. And see if this will set down here if I want to do. Okay, let's see if this will work. So I'm going to take my threads and I'm going to cross them either way through this bottom hoop of this butterfly. And let's see what it does. Maybe if I can get the threads to go through. Stay there. Alright, there's one, there's two. Let's see what it does. Is it going to sit? Alright. Then we'll take and run the threads through the top hoop, opposite ways. And let's see what happens. This may work. I hope it does. And we'll see how it's gonna Seriously, look at that. Cute. Alright, so now what you want to do is go ahead and put your threads back together. And we are going to take a clear, then a rondelle, and a clear. Now that's what you got right now. Okay. That's gonna sit. Let's see. I might sit cockeyed. No, it'll be right. Alright, now what you want to do is you want to do your ankle part. And remember, your ankle's a lot bigger than your wrist. So what I do is I'll make it to go around my wrist a little bigger, and then I'll put an extender chain on it. So I'm going to use these little round Swarovski elements, and I'm going to put one on, and then I'm just going to thread on a bicone. I wonder if that's going to, let's see, before I decide. Okay. Oh yeah, that's going to work. Okay. So I'm going to put on my bicones. Alternate the blue and the clear. Oops. And I think that is really going to be pretty. I don't want nothing too big up around my ankle. And we're just going to keep doing this until you get to where you want it to be. Like I said, you can always add an extender chain, which is what I usually do anyway, because, well, one, I retain water like most women, and you want a little extra give sometimes. Move these rondelles. So an extender chain is awesome for something like this, or for anything. You can just get like chain. If you have like chain just laying around, you can get that and use that instead of buying extender chain. Just cut a little piece of chain off and do it that way, or you make it with jump rings. Either way, I've done it both ways and it works perfectly for me, and my customers have not complained at all. Okay, so you're gonna keep adding, and I think I want to end in a blue. Okay, so that's what that side looks like. Now I'm gonna do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to make sure I got 9 clear. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'll show you how to put your clasp and all on, and your crimp and all of that. These are really fun to make. You can do them, like I said, in any color. You can use just about anything for these to make them any way you want. They're really simple, fun to make. They can be as extravagant or as simple as you want it. I'm more of a simple kind of person, but I do like some extravagance sometimes. Okay. And I'm about ready to put my last clear on. I hope you said sorry. I was so out of frame. Okay. And this is what we have so far. Now, open my crimp. Here, I just need a couple. Alright, now, what you do is you thread your crimp on. I'm going to go ahead and use my jump ring. Put your jump ring on. Run your monofilament through. Now what I like to do is I like to take my monofilament, run it down a few beads, 2 or 3. I don't like to crimp next to it, especially when it's monofilament. I'm not going to use my crimp pliers. I'm just going to crimp it using something else, preferably my flat nose. Make sure you work, and then you're just going to squeeze it until it flattens out. Now you can take your scissors or your wire cutters and just cut your excess, and you're going to do the same on the other side. What I'm going to do first though is I'm going to take and open my jump ring, and you open your jump rings by twisting it. I'm going to slip on my lobster claw, and I'm going to twist it closed. Now the reason you twist instead of pulling open like that is because your jump ring will lose its shape, and it's not guaranteed that you can get it back to close like it should. So, okay, just like before, you thread on your crimp bead, your lobster claw, you run your monofilament through the crimp bead again. Go ahead and run it down a couple more beads, or however many beads you feel comfortable with it going in, or however many you want. It really don't matter. Take your flat nose or crimping pliers, push down your tube, take your scissors, and cut your excess. And now you have a beautiful new foot sandal. These are seriously pretty. I really like this one, and I'll probably keep this one for myself. And that's what it looks like, and that's really pretty. I really like that blue and that silver. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see another one like this one, preferably one more put together, click the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Anything you want to see, drop a comment, let me know. Run on over to Facebook. I have a page over there that I sell my jewelry on. I'm going to make some copies of my tutorials, and the price I'm still working out is going to be on a CD. So go on over there, Facebook, search Mac, M-A-C, click like, and check out and see what we got. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you like this, and have a great night.